Hey everyone, welcome back to my Loom kitchen, and today I am opening a new segment to my channel, and this is how to decorate or accessorize your Loom meal or your Loom table. And we're starting off with Loom lighting. So I'm going to show you how to make these Loom candles, and it's super simple and it's the same technique for everything. It just depends on the number of pegs that you start with. For example, this is a 4-peg loom candle. This is a 6-peg. This is an 8. This is an 8. This is a 10. The height of your candle will depend on how you want your candle to look. If you click on the link below, I can show you the number of rounds I used for each of these candles and the equivalent height in inches, just as a gauge. This is super quick and easy, so let's get started. So let's start with the wick and the flame portion of the candle. First, you take one black band for your wick, and we're working on 2 rows. Take one black band, stretch that across the first 2 pegs on the first row, and double it up. Then you take 2 yellow bands, another 2 from the second peg of the first row to the third peg of the second row, then a single yellow band down here, and another single there. So your layout should look this way. Then you take a single yellow band and wrap it around as a cap band 3 or 4 times. However tight you can get it. Now we're going to put your hook through that cap band, pick up the single band that goes to the right and loop it onto itself. Go in again, pick up that other single band and loop it forward. Now pick up those 2 bands here and the other 2. Finally, pick up that double black wick band. Now lift it from the loom and you have your flame top, your wick with your little flame candle top. So let's get started with our candle. You're going to need your regular loom. Remove the center row, and if you could have the remaining 2 rows facing on opposite directions. I have my front row facing to the right and my back row facing to the left. So first you take your wick, take 2 of your bands, your candle color bands, put one end on one side and the other on the other side. Now get your hook and push it through. You can use your loom hook or a crochet hook. And take another 2 of your bands. Pull it through. Put one here. If you were doing a candle on 4 pegs, this would be the start, and you'd start your rounds here. But to start with 6 pegs, take another 2, just push our hook through, and that would be the start of the 6 peg candle, and you would start making your rounds here. If you wanted to do 8, then you just take another 2, and pull it through. So you start on 8 and you start doing your rounds over these 8 pegs to get this size. Now if you wanted to do 10, you get another 2, and you have 10, and you get this width, and you start laying your bands around these 10 pegs. Now to start laying your bands, it's the same process all over. Take 2 bands, and you're just going to lay those bands over the 10 pegs. And you're going to lift the lower bands up and over. And you're just going to do the same process again and again until you reach the length you want your candle to be. So I've finished up 10 rounds on these 10 pegs, and I'm going to show you now how to close this off. First, you take 2 bands here, single band, double it onto itself, then 2 bands, single band, doubled, just alternate all around, double band, single band, doubled on itself, 2 bands, single band, doubled on itself, 2 bands. Then same, lift the lower bands up and over. Now you take single bands all around. And lift all the lower bands up and over, and you're left with 2 bands on each peg. Now we're going to close this off, starting here on this peg, but first we go across on this peg, put your hook through, pick up the lower band, and bring it over here. Now put your hook through, push back those 2 upper bands, and pick up the lower band and move it forward. Hook through, pick up the lowest band, move it forward. Repeat that all around. Then on the last one, put your hook through, get a single band, pull that through, slip knot, and you can help your candle off the loom. Just adjust it a little bit. And you have your candle. It's the same process no matter how many pegs you start with, and the length and the number of bands needed is all up to you, depending on how long or how short you want your candles to be. So I hope you like them. Enjoy your candles.